everybody. Today in the house, we have your Coach D. She's a neuroencoding specialist, and she's also a brain coach. Welcome. Welcome to the house.
Thanks Hello, guys. Hello. It is an honor to be here with you guys. Thank you for inviting me. I've been watching you for such a long time. I absolutely love your show. I absolutely love watching all the other phenomenal coaches and learning from them. I know we spoke that I'm supposed to introduce myself. So guys, I'm Dominika, that's my name, and as Paula said, I'm a neurocoding specialist and I'm a brain coach. I've been coaching for over 10 years, but just right now, I became fascinated with the brain and I got the certification. I'm also a sociologist. I'm a mother, a single mother of twins, and I have a story that can share to a lot of people, a tragic story that became my pillar. I grew from, I became stronger. I'm the happiest, the most positive woman you will ever meet. And all thanks to the techniques I teach you, and you guys can learn from me and from other coaches, from Tony Robbins, from Joseph McKeldin, from Stephen Crawford, from John C. Maxwell. I absolutely love what I'm doing, and it is an honor and a privilege to be here.
Thank you for being here. Please share with us what inspired you to become a coach.
Well, for me, it was my life. So when I was a little girl, I would stand by the door and wait for my mom and go, mom, hi, yes, you're here. And my mom would just walk in the door, go away. I'm tired, I'm exhausted. And she would just push me away. And I felt so unseen. I felt so unnoticed. Do you know that feeling when you really want somebody's love, but it's just not showing up, being pushed away? So then I made very bad choices. I was with a man who abused me, raped me, had a gun to my head, would go clean bitch, and I was naked on the floor, cleaning with a napkin. And then I had an experience of having a son with him that died when he was 16 months old. And then the tragic loss and the pain of my skin and bones. And there are many more things. I'm epileptic. So people would say, oh, you're supposed to stay at home and just do nothing and, relax because you're sick, you're disabled. And they would look at me with this disgust. And there are so many other things that I lived through, but I was managed to reframe them. I was sitting there one day, I'm like, this cannot be my life. I cannot be miserable and angry and frustrated all the time. This is not a way to live. So I started working on me. I started using tools, learning, reading, going to trainings, getting a coach. And I am who I am. I truly am grateful for the pain. I'm truly am grateful to my mom because I'm grateful for the bad things that happened to me because I do acknowledge that they were not good. And I'm grateful for the good things she gave to me because that's who I became. That's part of my experience. It's a beautiful experience because now I can relate to so many people who live through it. So all of that and me changing my life and going from an angry, masculine, frustrated woman that would curse and be more manly than any man you can imagine, to me, who loves being feminine, loves being vulnerable, loves life, enjoys the challenges, sees life as a gift, is grateful on a daily basis. It is such a better way to live. And I want to share that gift with others. That's what inspired me to be a coach.
That's a blessing. I mean, it's a blessing how you're turning your dark situations into light, for others to shine, for others to learn. So I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I am not.
Learn. You're
I am
not?
Absolutely no.
Oh.
It's a blessing. See, if I wouldn't go through that, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't think the way I do. I wouldn't become who I am because I wouldn't have the fuel, the drive that, that we have two types of motivations, right? One is going towards pleasure and one is going away from pain. There are only two, nothing else. I decided to use both because life like this, the way I live now and the way I perceive the world, it's absolutely pleasurable, but it prevents me from going into pain and experiencing again what I've experienced. That pain was necessary to build me to who I am. I am grateful that I lived through it. I am grateful that that man showed me what type of a partner I don't want. I am grateful that he brought out my senses that are called now intuition, that I see certain red flags without really getting deep into a relationship. There are so many things that great things. My son that died, he was a gift. His death, this sounds very odd to people who are going through this right now, but my son's death was a gift because now I love fully 100% every second of the day. Because you never know when you're going to lose somebody. You never know when that person is going to be gone. And I don't want to ever regret not loving. And I don't like expect love back because giving love to people that are around me that I care for gives me pleasure. So I'm being very egotistical. I share love for me.
Oh. Can I say that you turn pain into love? Could that
Yes,
be could that be
that
the
would
right?
be absolutely. And don't be sorry.
Okay.
Embrace the pain, embrace the hurt, embrace the challenges, because they, in the long run, allow you to become somebody you could never imagine to be. A beautiful soul with so many things, if you choose, because you can stay in the pain and turn it into suffering and be miserable. If you choose to live like this, it's your choice. I choose to be happy and make the world a better place.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, my next question to you is like, how have you created change in people's lives? And you're just changing my life right now. Oh,
Oh,
that's awesome. So how have you create, change in people's life through your coaching?
so I choose, it's kind of like a give and take, right? We both are amazing women and we have very different energies. So I try to attract people that resonate with me, first of all. I am always open to sharing. And I know I have changed people's lives because I do get those emails. And sometimes I never spoken to them, but they watch. Remember, people watch and they look what you're doing. And sometimes you get to inspire them without even knowing you're inspiring them. My change comes from my experiences and me asking the right questions, me asking them the questions that somebody asked me one day and I learned from it and I made a decision. See, the truth is that I cannot change anybody. I can only show you options and you get to choose where you're going. I can give you, I can open the door. I can give you a different point of view. I can create a different point of view in your head. I can ask you a question where you will switch the way you look at things for a second. But if you're going to stay there, it's your choice. So I actually don't create anything. I allow you to do it yourself. And I'm your guide. I'm your support system. I'm your safety pillow. I'm your cushion. But I'm also very, very direct. I won't let you tell me it's impossible when I know it is. I think one of the things that I really remember, one of my degrees outside of sociology and masters is ESL teaching. And I am an ESL, right? English is not my first language. So when I teach students and they tell me it's impossible, I look at them like, no, 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 no. I got that. I've been there. I said that. Okay. So it doesn't work. And that experience, if you are ready for a change, you embrace it and you'll, my coach, because I do have a coach as well. I have actually two now. I had one, now I have two. Gave me once a very, very long time ago, great advice. And I give that to all my clients. Make sure that you face reality as soon as possible, because then reality stops being scary, stops being in a future, it becomes now, and you have power to change it. And it doesn't lead you anywhere if you pretend that it doesn't exist. You're stuck in the same place, circling. Think about a moment where you didn't want to admit that something is happening and you really didn't want this to be happening, but it was happening and you deep inside you, but you just didn't want to face it. So to answer your question, to sum it up, I don't change people's lives. They do with my assistance.
That's good because otherwise they would not own it, right? We have to own our own change.
Exactly. And I hope they will one day not need me. And that's my goal. If one day you say, I don't need you anymore, I'm like, yes.
Yes.
That means you
Mission
have
accomplished.
all the tools. You have
Yeah.
all the tools, and you can now keep going on your own.
Good. Good. So, what is one of your favorite, or what are some of your favorite strategies and techniques that you either use on yourself or you help your clients adopt?
Okay. So I believe in self-care and I practice what I preach. Now, obviously, I'm not perfect and sometimes I do mess up as well, but I do have a ritual and I encourage everybody to find their morning ritual. I use for my ritual Tony Robbins priming in the morning. Then I do the eye incantations, which we also know as neuroencoders are a great thing to do. Then I do High Five by Mel Robbins in the mirror. Then I do Joseph McKeldon's I Love You in the mirror. And I also have my favorite mirror markers where if something resonates with me and you quote something that I want to work on, I put it on a mirror. So when I brush my teeth, I read that over and over and over again. And that's my morning ritual. That includes also partially meditation. So that's one thing. I do exercise because physical well-being is part of your brain and part of your mental state. And I don't know if you know, but there is a study, and I recommend to all my clients, doesn't matter where they are, is about 20 minutes walk with breathing exercises in a forest. So in Norway, Sweden, and a few other advanced countries that are definitely worth looking at, they did a study. And it turns out that for depression, breathing exercises in a forest 20 minutes a day over a 6 months period of time are more effective than taking any pills.
Wow.
How simple is that? So I do practice that and I absolutely love the forest and breathing the air in the forest. It actually, the forest changes the air. So that's also an amazing thing. And I do the breathing exercises. So it's a basic thing that I recommend to all my clients because we all go through difficult times. We all go through stressful times and we're not always in a mindset, although we're working on it as a work in progress, to get out of that stressful feeling. To give you an example, it used to take me weeks and months to get out of this winding up stress. I'm angry and frustrated. Now it takes me about 2 hours. So I am very proud of myself and I hope to get to that, 90 minutes maybe, or an hour or half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But that's work. And I hope I teach my clients that because staying in the stress situation, that's another thing that we as humans have to realize. Our stress generates chemicals in our body that are destructive only to us, nobody else. So whoever you're mad at, they're not even feeling it. They went on with their life and they're good. And you're hurting yourself by being mad at them. That's one of the practices I always try to encourage my coachees and people that I work with to practice, because in the long run, those are basic daily strategies that will bring you the most, because what changes is the habit.
I totally agree. Yes, it begins with our habits. That's awesome. Who can benefit from your coaching style? Do you have a certain like gender, age, a certain group of people that can only benefit from your coaching style?
I think people who will benefit the most are people who have similar experiences to me. So people who are struggling with mindset, self-worth, people who lost a child, people who have been mistreated because of some type of a disability, physical or mental, or the way they look, people who want to improve their life in general. I prefer to work with people ages 29, 27, up to about 50. That's the age group. I also work with parents, but only with kids 3 to 7 and 13 to 17. There is a specific reason for that. I have the best results. So I figured there is this transformation that everybody goes through. And Vinu, our mentor, is a great coach, obviously, and she works with all shapes and sizes of kids and parents. So she's phenomenal at everything. So if something is above my pay grade, let's say, or something that I don't feel comfortable, I definitely recommend people to other coaches. So mindset is a very big thing. I also do very well with men, actually. when they're going through a divorce, not women, for some unknown reason, it seems that they become much more aware of the process, and the way I communicate seems to be working for them better even than for women, but not necessarily, but that has been my experience. So these would be the people and the things: anxiety, PTSD, stress, depression. I went through a huge depression for 2 years. I literally don't remember anything in those 2 years after my son died. So I can definitely relate, and I know what you're going through. I understand the pain. I also work with refugees because I'm an immigrant. So I absolutely understand how you adapt into a new environment, how difficult that might be. With that being said, I don't do business coaching. I don't do people with addictions. I don't do people who are in relationships or marriage counseling. I think there are way better coaches for that than me.
Okay. Well, what can we find you? Like if somebody here in the audience says, oh, I would like, to find more about her. How can I learn more about Dominique? How can they find you?
Absolutely. So if you go to Facebook, there is a page called Your CoachD or CoachD, either or. You can put that in. You can put my first and last name, which is Dominika Staniewicz, that nobody can pronounce. You can go to Instagram and look for Domi Powerhouse, which has been my tag forever. And there's also an email that is on my CoachD page. You can reach out to me anyways. You can find me on LinkedIn, but then as just a regular human being, not as a coach and mentor. So those are the ways you can find me. Or guess what? Somebody can reach out to you, and I'm sure you'll pass on the number.
Of course, yes, I will. Yes. What is your outcome? Like whenever you're about to go on a coaching session, like what is your outcome?
What is my outcome, or what is my client's outcome?
Well, as a coach, like when you walk in, you have to, you have to walk in with your tools and your strategies. So it's like, uh, do you focus on an outcome?
I focus not on my outcome, because I can have all the outcomes I want. So I found that very often and I'm sure you would agree, or maybe not, maybe I'm not sure, that would be an overstatement. A lot of people come with an idea what their problem is, but that's not their problem. So sometimes if I would focus on that problem, what they told me at the beginning, I would not ask the right questions to find the real reason. Okay. My outcome is their satisfaction and their progress. That's what I'm focusing on. Now, it can be little, it can be big, it can be an epiphany. Funny thing with my coach, usually he gets his outcome after 2 weeks because my brain needs to marinate the information and process. I come out of those coaching sessions and I'm like, well, it was good. And that's it. And then 2 weeks later, little light bulbs start going off. This, that. I'm like, so I know it works. So everybody is different. And you might not have the epiphany during the coaching session. It might be during an exercise I'll give you, or something you have to think about, or maybe your brains to process things and adjust these things before it clicks. My outcome is you being satisfied that you actually gain something from it and making progress. That's what I focus on. And the tools and strategies will change if I see that, well, what you said has absolutely nothing to do with what you need.
Okay. What has been a book that has added tons of value in your life?
I think there are so many books. I was today standing at my library and going, okay, she wants one book. That's not going to happen. I can't do one book. And I keep the books that I like. And, outside of the typical one, Tony Robbins and everything, I thought I'll bring you guys some other books that are less known. And the good thing is I read about a book a month. That's my standard. And you can buy books for $1, $2. They're used in perfect condition from Amazon. You don't need to buy great books, new books. I don't have new books. I don't think that it's necessary. I buy the used one unless it's, new release, new editions. First one, it is this one. Can you see it?
No, I cannot read the title.
Okay, so what we're going to do, hopefully I am going to, what am I? Okay, there we go. Oh, it doesn't want to show.
There.
Pocket Full of Money. It is absolutely a phenomenal book, very difficult to get. Infinite Wealth and Abundance in Here and Now. And it's mainly mindset book. And I think you could actually benefit from it. I remember as from our coaching session, how we think about money. What do we associate with money? And money is a gift, because without that gift, you cannot help others. If you're struggling to put food on your table, no matter how loving you are, you first need to meet your needs. You can't give if you don't have. So this was the first book, and it's well written. It is repetitive, and it allows you to kind of go through it. Second one, which was an epiphany to me, it's Palm Group E Square. And this one has exercises. And one of the beautiful exercises is, you know, when people tell you the exercise of the card, that you're thinking of a car that you want to buy, and then out of the blue, you see all of them on the street. So I encourage you guys to do an exercise. It's winter, is where we are. Think of a butterfly, of a beautiful butterfly, and try to find a butterfly in the winter. It can be a written one, it can be on a piece of paper, it can be on a napkin, it can be on a flag, it can be wherever. Just concentrate on finding a butterfly and keep going into your life. Within 4 days, I don't know a person who didn't happen to, if you concentrate on it, you will find a butterfly. And when I did this exercise, it was winter, and I was like, butterfly, winter, there's no freaking butterflies. And one day I took the wrong turn. I literally took the wrong turn, not the way I usually go home. And guess what was hanging outside of a house on a flag? A freaking butterfly.
Butterfly.
You attract what you think of. And it is so true, because for your brain, you have things available that are either good or bad. And whatever you concentrate on, this is what you're going to see. And another book that I really like, and it changed my life and my relationship with men, it's called Queen's Code. Queen's Code, very well-known lady, Allison Armstrong, phenomenal book. If you're going through a phase going, I don't get men, get this book. It absolutely is a game changer. And then the most important part for a coach: change your questions, change your life.
I haven't read any of those 4 books, so I'm gonna have to make a list.
Fantastic. Well, they have all very, I like books that give me value that I can use. So there are a lot of books that let you think, analyze things. For me, it is super important to take the knowledge and actually be able to use it. So these books all 4 offer that.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I have no clue about all those 4 books that you just share, especially the last one. I think that might be my first purchase after this.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I was going to mention is like, I see you, you know, like after this couple of minutes that we're here talking, and I think of it gratitude. You know, yes. I think you know, through your stories, through your life experiences, you transform each experience, you know, like to love and to gratitude. You know, I just wanted to mention that's the first word that comes to me. Like, it's like, you have so much gratitude for life, you know, so much love. I just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you. I practice gratitude daily. And I don't know what was your journey of gratitude, but I was totally ungrateful. I didn't understand the idea of gratitude when I started this journey. And I was like, what do you mean I'm going to be grateful for the sun? It just shines. Who cares? That was my mindset. And learning how to be grateful. And then I went through a phase where I kept repeating the same things over and over, couldn't find new things to be grateful for. So that took me on a journey, learning how to be grateful for other things and having my brain focus on other things than my kids, you know, my house. And I'm so glad and grateful that it's noticeable, because it's a lot of hard work to get there. And I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, I'm glad you're here with us, sharing, you know, your life story and experiences and learning experiences, that you're strong enough to share it with others, because not all of us are, you know, are strong enough or capable of.
We're all capable and we're all strong enough. We just might not be there yet.
True. Yes. It's a work in progress, you know, like
Absolutely.
To truly be honest and show your authenticity without self-doubt, without self-criticism, you know, and being just afraid of what others would say if you share something from your past experience or just what you're learning, and that's beautiful that how you have turned that the tornadoes, like that, the situations where you didn't expect, and
Absolutely.
turn them into just love and gratitude, and willing to just share, with a big smile and an open heart.
And to be honest, it took me about 10 years to get here. So it's not, half a year work. It's not a month's work. It's about, because every time, another use of my coach's metaphor, I absolutely love his metaphors. I steal all of them, literally. I tell him I'm going to steal them, and then I steal them. We're like this big, dirty car with a lot of trash inside. And when you start working on yourself, you start taking out the trash. When you take out the trash, you see the little crumbs on the floor. So you start cleaning the crumbs. When you clean the out inside of the car, you go outside and you see the spots. You start cleaning the spots. So growth and development journey is like you're getting into this ugly, filthy car, and you're taking those pieces of paper. And when you think you're done with papers, then you see those little tiny things on the floor. And then when you think you're done with the little tiny things on the floor, guess what? You go outside and you see the tiny spots of water, dirt, or whatever else, or erosion or corrosion or whatever else is on the car. And you work on those. It's a work in progress, and it's never ending.
Never ends. Yeah. The training never ends, right? That's what we hear from TR. So good.
Yes.
You have shared tons of information already. You have added tons of value to our conversation today, but what is a message that you would give to our audience today for them to begin to create a brighter future?
I think for me, it would be one quote that literally is the most important quote that impacts everything I do in life and feel in life. And it's from Tony Robbins. And the quote is, events have no meaning unless you assign the meaning to them. And you are the person who assigns the meaning. Choose wisely what emotions you assign to whom and to what event, because they will influence you, not them.
Awesome. I love that. We all need to read that and say it every single day so that we can use it wisely.
Especially when you get upset or something is not going your way, and it will. It's, people say, oh, positive thinking. Positive thinking is not about being all cheery and happy. It's about believing in a positive outcome. But when somebody, gets angry at you, it's not about you. It's about them. And if you assign that event a huge meaning, oh my God, that person hates me, and you add all those emotions into it, you'll be suffering. Really? Is it worth it? Is it really, really worth it? No. I usually go, oh my God, I am so sorry that person is suffering. And I keep going because it's not about me. They're upset with whatever happened. And we don't know what happened 15, 20 minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
Something tragic might have happened, or, somebody might have yelled at them, or maybe they woke up in the wrong way. I don't know. It's not about me. And that quote literally runs through my head over and over again. Anytime I encounter a situation that I was not expecting, or I didn't like, or something made me feel uncomfortable, you can be angry, you can be pissed off, or you can be peeved. Choose the word you use, because words sentence your life.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your words of wisdom and sharing your time with us, your experiences, your love, your gratitude, your joy. I really appreciate you so much. Thank you, everybody who's here watching. I hope you find a phrase or a word that you can adopt to your life to just create a brighter future. We have the choice.
Absolutely, Paula. It was an honor. Thank you for having me. You're absolutely a sunshine on that screen.
Thank you so much. Have an awesome day. Blessings and high five.